Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I'm just seeing if it will hold the connection. May the force be with you. Okay. May the fourth. Yeah, so it just unstable connection. So it was 11:22, and now all I can see is 1123. What was that about? So if you see like my face pop up and there's no reading, it's because there was no point. It was literally like 2 seconds worth. I even turned off the Wi-Fi. But that didn't work. The Psychic Tarot. Let's just pull some cards. Partnerships and alliances. So that took me to the time of it being 11:22. It's like step by step. 1, 1, 2, 3, 10. Destiny. Stand your ground. And hope. I haven't really got a story coming together yet. I'll work it out in a minute. Intuition. Fulfillment of wishes. He likes the smell of that. It smells nice. Movement choices, decisions, and the crown chakra. Okay. The throat chakra. The underlying energy is about communication, speaking up, being able to speak your truth. Card number 5. Okay, the colour, these are the key facts. Colour, light blue. The sound is ham. That's interesting because I've got my piggy cup. But it's not mine, it's Emily's. Ham. The element is sound. The gland is the thyroid. And the key words, I speak. This feminine's holding her hand out to this masculine to help support him. I feel it's the feminine's hand that's on top here. And then we've got Destiny here. If you notice the different images of the lady, but her eyes are either looking down rather than looking straight ahead. In the 6, 7, there's 8. 2 are sketches at the bottom. So there's energy of looking down. Although she's looking straight ahead, there's the assistance here. Stand your ground. So we have a masculine here. It looks like he is holding out his arm. He's got a wand attached to his arm. It's got wings. It looks like he's developing wings. But this universe, that's what I feel it is. It's the universe. Not you mean the world to him, you are his universe, man. So that, I feel, is representing the Divine Feminine's energy here. So he's seeking assistance. Or he's ready. Not necessarily he's seeking assistance. Maybe he wasn't seeking for it, but it's been offered. Partnerships, alliances. To be supported and to feel supported. By the feminine here, by the feminine's hand, by the feminine's touch. And then we have the feminine's hands here with hope, and the masculine here. She's taking care of him. She's protecting him. There's energy here. We'll deal with this row first. Let's read the throat chakra. This chakra is of course located in the throat area. Communication, sound, creativity, and the ability of clairaudience, inner hearing, are associated with it. Many artists, speakers, writers, singers, and individuals involved in the creative arts will often have active throat chakras. I'd say I've got an active throat chakra. To balance and stimulate this energy centre, try humming, chanting, or singing out loud. It's a great tonic. Most important, if you have something to say, please speak up. Okay, well, I can tell you what was going through my mind not long ago. I was actually having a conversation like with my masculine. It was like, sing to me. I thought, okay, that's but this is what it says. To balance and stimulate this energy centre, try humming, chanting, or singing out loud. It's a great tonic. Most important, if you have something to say, please speak up. When this area is fully activated, don't be surprised if you suddenly become creatively inspired. I'm going to clarify these cards. I feel like just playing with the tarot cards. Why is overjoyed? Like, flipped out of the box in reverse. Right, partnerships and alliances. So it's like he's got some kind of, I was going to call it a tattoo, but they look like lots of exclamation marks on his forearm. Not quite the wrist. Well, if we turn it around. And then we have the feminine that's wearing a bangle here. A silver bangle. Okay. We'll go to these cards in a bit, but I was noticed the silver cross as well. I'm just figuring out what I can see. Well, it's like the masculine's spear that his flag is on is quite pointed. Where the feminine's, she's got like this this green crystal, emerald. I will show you the way to the Emerald City. Oh, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay, down under. We're going underground. Okay, let's pull this masculine up. Oh, we were clarifying the partnerships and alliances. Balance. This is a really nice energy. It's balancing out the feminine and masculine's energy. So uniting. There's an angel assisting behind the scenes. This springtime, there's daffodils in the air, but they're in the ground. So, there's a crown floating in the air. Temperance. You have to go through this this phase of blending masculine and feminine energy of them coming together before you can claim your crown. So this is your destiny. This coming together is your destiny. You are my destiny. Because there's the energy of you being like his universe here. Okay. Well, he's still clinging on to the past. He's still clinging on to his money. So it's like he's got his own crown, but they're for different reasons. So there's this crown floating in midair. But he's got a crown on his head, but it's kind of, it's in place with money. So I'm feeling the energy of like having stinking thinking. So, thinking that money makes the world go round. Money helps you to enjoy the world. I'll say love makes the world go round. Are we talking about the world now or the universe? Because you mean more than the world to him, but he's kind of firmly stuck. Or so you would think in this energy, but he's actually torn between like two cities. Do you want to be like the king of money or the king of love? So seeing as he's holding like the pentacle in the middle and it looks like he's about to turn that, that's what that card is, the Wheel of Fortune. Events turn. Events turn? Turn of events. I don't know, I'm tapping his feet on these pentacles. I feel like if he lets go of the money, the status, he's going to feel really insecure. Okay, so that's when he's going to really need the Divine Feminine's assistance. It's like you're going to have to work your magic. Half of him looks stubborn, the other half looks like he's ready to ascend and fly. Although I'm just looking at the posture. A bit of Saturday Night Fever going on now. Wanting to dance. That did go through my mind as well. What song would you choose to dance to? I felt the energy of like a slow dance. Not only sing, but dance for me. Dance for me or dance with me? Dance with me. Stand your ground. The Seven of Wands. Divine Feminine's energy here. It's like, well, she's blindfolded and she's like tied up, and it's like this has nothing to do with me. She's just following the stream here. Yeah, he seems a little bit angry. No, he's not angry. Hurt? Oh, there's the energy of he's hurt, that how could you leave him in this mess? And she's like, I haven't done anything. Not only have I not done anything, but I haven't gone anywhere. So there is the energy of like, you've done this to yourself. How could you leave me all alone to deal with that? Well, because you need to be strong and stand up for your own beliefs. Let's read the Stand Your Ground card. Even though the Divine Feminine hasn't done anything in the physical, not intentionally, but the intentions that she's been sending out. So she has had something to do with this, but they're just good thoughts and well wishes that have been sent your way. Like she's holding this this spark of hope for you. Good morning, Gal. Good morning, Channel of Love. I got woken up by someone saying, give a little whistle, and always let your conscience be your guide. Oh, that's cute. That's one thing me and my Divine Masculine did share, was one morning. I believe it was a morning, it might not have been. But we had a little whistling thing going on. I started it, but he joined in. Yeah, give a little whistle. You just remember those moments because they're kind of like unique. We're going to read the Stand Your Ground card. I went to Deception and Envy. This card comes at a time when you're being tested and challenged. There may be fierce competition and potential rivals surrounding you in your personal or business life, but know that you have the strength and inner courage to stand your ground. That got a bit noisy all of a sudden, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Hasn't it? There may be fierce competition and potential rivals surrounding you in your personal or business life, but know that you have the strength and inner courage to stand your ground no matter how hard or formidable things may appear. Don't surrender or give up the control you have. Is that what it says? Yes, it does. Be brave and stay true to your core life values and belief system, which are your best allies and will help you move forward. It's important to remain clear and focused, for you may have to stand alone and defend your convictions to the end. Or you have to, I felt like it was coming across as, it's important to remain clear and focused, for you may have to stand alone and defend your convictions on your end. Maintain your health and stay strong so that you have an ample supply of energy to endure anything, as this could be a long and arduous yet ultimately hard-won victory. So the energy yesterday was about the Divine Feminine kind of keeping out of this, whatever's going on with you, Divine Masculine. There's no point pointing the finger and blaming. You might as well just point it back at yourself. Whenever you point the finger at somebody else and blame them, really you just need to turn that finger on yourself. Stand your ground. Hope. So it's not that the Divine Feminine's given up hope or lost hope. It's just this is your battle, your challenge to contend with. And that's the truth. Hope. Now this is interesting because I had 2 more cards, but I'm not putting them with the stand your ground part because these are really 2 good cards here. They're the 10 of Cups. There's the hope for a brighter future, for a loving family, and you have the Empress here. And that was the energy of, well, she hasn't really gone anywhere. She hasn't really changed her, well, she hasn't allowed the experience to like dampen her spirit or to give up hope on true love. So hope. I'm not gonna read that card. I'm not going to read that card. Let's go to the second row now. Intuition. So there's this energy of sending, well wishes, because look, the masculine fulfillment of wishes, and it's like you like the smell of that. Your wishes being fulfilled. I mean, it's attractive, isn't it? Now, let's say the follow through on what's needed to occur to get to this. Well, it's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. So this is just the same as the Divine Masculine, just wanting the Divine Feminine to be happy. Okay, well, the same applies. The Divine Feminine wants you to also be happy, fulfilled. Next card is movement, choices and decisions. What's he actually looking at? He's holding like a crystal ball in his hand. And the next energy is the crown chakra, and that's your connection, the highest connection, with source energy, with the divine. Oh, last night in the clouds, well, it was evening because it stays light, doesn't it, now in the evenings? But my daughter said to me, look up there. And I said, that's, like, it was like a little portion of light coming through the clouds. And I said, is that a rainbow? She said, yeah, it's a rainbow. I said, I'm not sure it is a rainbow. I said, that looks like a portal. That looks like a doorway. She has a picture of it, but I don't have a picture of that. But she did take a picture of it, and I'm just looking at the portal. There was like a doorway opening last night that was opened. It's about seeing a way around this, because the pentacles are getting in the way. Partial success, intuition, the feminine sending messages through space, through time and space. So look out for number synchronizations, as in with the the time. Fulfillment of wishes. The Nine of Cups here. Look at these. It's like you've opened up a can of worms. Look, looks like there's worms coming out of the back of his helmet here, which looks a bit like a spout. It's like a kettle. We're singing Polly put the kettle on, we'll all have tea. But then Suki takes it off again and they all go away. The Knight of Swords, charging towards your desires, dreams. I want to say, like, money will have you doing that, like charging after the money. Well, this is about stopping and smelling the roses. And when you do that, look, the money's already there, the treasure chest is there. So you find, like, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, don't you? Got to build this rainbow bridge first. The rainbow bridge is already built for you. Need to learn the Green Cross code. Okay, where did I feel that coming with? The energy of the emerald. Stop, look and listen. Just here. It's like emerald. Movement, choices, decisions. That's what determines your outcome. So it's not the event that determines the outcome, it's your response to the event that determines the outcome. If we gave like the same situation to 10 different people, they're not all going to respond the same, so they'll all have different outcomes. So now we've got the Nine of Wands. This is a bit more of a tired energy, slowing down a bit, holding on to your passion. It's like the horse wants to charge, but it's not the rider this time who's charging the horse. Where this one's kind of encouraging. Why is Earth, Wind and Fire coming up? Is that the song you'd like to dance to? Knight of Wands. So he's got his flame there. It looks a bit droopy. And it's like going down his back here. But that's what he's being driven by. Now he's got like a shark helmet on here. And it's like, so I did see deception and envy. So seeing the truth. But so you're going with the flow. Rather than trying to direct the force. The fall energy. Taking that leap of faith into the unknown. But you still take it. It's a new beginning. Going to do things differently. Look, he's only got a little bag with him. He's got a flower. And the flame's under his arms. So that kind of winged energy takes me to the stand your ground. And he doesn't look very strong here, does he? But like he has wings. Movement, choices, decisions. The Magician. Manifesting. As above, so below. As within, so without. You have all the tools that you need in front of you. To infinity and beyond. Okay, the Magician energy here. Well, that's the universe. Shifting things around. Because there's been a change of events. Events change. Turn of events. Crown chakra. It's like it's been handed over to the divine now. The star. Well, that's the hope energy. Is this why the Divine Feminine's Not that her capabilities are greater, but maybe they are at the moment to balance things out. So there's definitely this draw to partner up. Partnering up with the Divine Feminine. It's a good alliance to have. The Star. Again, choices, decisions. The Divine Feminine's still undercover here. Look at his elbow and how the card's kind of scratched. It looks like it's magic dust. It does feel like the Divine is kind of forcing. So rather than the masculine forcing events, it's like there's been a turn of events and the Divine is forcing things now. It's like forcing his hand. Let's have a look at the Chakra Wisdom Oracle card, see what story wants to come out of here today. So I'm taking to like the rainbow colours here. Oh, hold on, there was a, there's something written in the front of the, where's the book gone? The Psychic Tarot, about colours. It caught my attention the other day and I found myself reading it, so let me just find that part. Here we are. And I was really drawn to the colour red, but colour interpretation. It's often said that a human is a rainbow of colours. Every colour has its own meaning and each affects you in uniquely different and profound ways. When you're using the tarot intuitively, notice in the spread of cards if one colour predominates over another. I recommend that you become familiar with their significance, but be careful to interpret them specifically for each situation, spread or question. Okay, is there a certain colour? I'm going to say green, because I picked up the emerald. So I'm going to say that green is the colour. Yes. Green symbolises love, health, balance, compassion, a nurturing nature and abundance. See how that comes at the end of the list. It both calms and refreshes your energy and is a sign of renewal and growth. Green is associated with the heart chakra. Good to know. Renewal. Geranium. This is another beginning. Okay. So I felt like the new beginning here, taking the leap of faith, get to go again. Geranium's leaves shrivel. Geranium's leaves shrivel and are stolen by the wind. She is pried from her pot and is deeply saddened when she is thrown away. But when she awakens, she is blooming once again. Now she lives in a large park, a former landfill site, surrounded by lush greenery. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realise until then. I think my ears have been ringing the whole time. Something's just changed in my ear frequency. Hang on, no, I can hear a pitch. But I don't know, it swapped frequency. It feels more clearer now. But when she awakens, she is blooming once again. Now she lives in a large park, a former landfill site, surrounded by lush greenery, and her roots reach deeper than ever before. opening her to the possibilities of her new life. The inspiration. What appears to be an end may not be one after all. This may turn into a remarkable opportunity. Trust whatever is coming is better than what you have known to this point. I felt on that. On the masculine's end here, I said something, it's got a point. There is a point to this. Personal inquiry. Am I positive in the face of change? So that takes me to, we all handle situations differently. Our responses to situations are different, but that will equal our outcome. So am I positive in the face of change or defeated? Am I ready to step into the new me? The key ideas: sourcing from a more beneficial place, feeling in the dark, changing circumstances, unexpected blessings. The key words: regeneration, awakening, and fortune. The meditation. Imagine being discarded, like geranium. Feel her fear and sadness as she surrenders to the inevitable. Now wake up in a new place. Notice how you feel. Let your feeling take you on a journey. Allow yourself to see and hear whatever experience is meant for you. Observe how you handle change. Chatty out there, the guys. I can hear them. They're digging up over there. Let's play with the Channel of Love cards. Mr. Dependable, the King of Pentacles. Mrs. Do As You Are Told, and Sex on Legs. Okay. Divine Masculine. Needing to become Mr. Dependable, someone that you can depend upon. Mrs. Do As You Are Told, so I feel that's feminine's energy kind of telling you, guiding you, advising you on what's best. And then we have Sex on Legs. The Page of Wands. It's like, with that, get your legs moving. Let's go to the Tower of Sexual Magic. Notice it's number 4. I said today, may the force be with you. Okay, 44 was coming through. You've got to remember, he is coming in for like passion. But sex is included. But it's, whoa. I couldn't send you one anymore. But that's the driving force here. But it's not necessarily that the masculine's driving this force. I feel it's the universe, it's time. Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's make love tonight. Okay, what's going on here? The Wheel. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. There's 3 girls here. Okay, I do feel like the Divine Feminine's the one on the floor here, just like, she's not trying to flaunt it or be someone she's not. She's just there. She's just there. Right, okay, so I'm feeling like when you put someone up on a pedestal, this masculine here, you know, he's like been paying too much attention to this one here, he just seems to like her. It's all about me. It's like she's the one up on the pedestal. I feel like the Divine Feminine is just here. I wonder what I think she's doing that. And it's just like, this feminine here, it's like a keepsake. But I feel it's all to do with money. So if you keep like a karmic connection safe because it's, well, it feels safer. I'm not sure it feels safer, but it's your comfort zone. We need to step out of your comfort zone. That's turning. We'll get another card. And now, that's the Divine Feminine's energy. I was just having a look at this here. It's still about it being like undercover. What's blocking the way? Well, you can see. Lots of things. But really, you're wanting to like rip each other's clothes off. This is the Divine Feminine's energy. Ten of Wands, all being a bit too much now. It's a bit of a heavy burden to carry. And then we have the Eight of Chalices. This is more of a karmic energy, not allowing the masculine to go and pursue his dreams. Well, that's because he's allowing it. He's been catering to others' needs rather than taking care of his own. I've just heard fishing in the dark where the green grass grows. Oh. Ouch! That's what happens when you're fishing around in the dark. You might get bumps and bruises. And I've taken to like the green grass here. Where is the grass greener? Let's get a postcard from Spirits. Like I see, there's a big love heart here with love. It's like it's a special message for you, so you've got to kind of like keep a lid on it. Dearest Stu, did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? And that's why I feel this energy here is the Divine Feminines, because what come through was she's not going to fight for you. She'll allow the universe to deliver her true connection, her true counterpart. So did you know that when you stop fighting and accept everything exactly as it is right now, miracles start to happen? There is a freedom in this kind of radical acceptance. Let go of unrealistic expectations and see things as they really are, not how you'd like them to be. You'll be surprised at how everything seems to fall into place. When you refuse to accept things, life gets messy, you act messy, and your world stays in chaos, tension, and disarray. But don't try to force a change or manipulate circumstances. Instead, learn about what is in front of you and face it with your eyes fully open. Then you can decide, stay or go, sink or swim, move or stay still. Acceptance is the key to freedom and opens the door to the real opportunities waiting to be discovered. Set yourself and others free. Loving you so much, always and forever. sacred spirit. Let me talk to your sacred spirit. Why am I whispering? I don't know. I feel like I'm an island in the stream of life. Oh my goodness, that song. Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. My daughter's Divine Masculine loves that song. Oh, someone's knocking at the door. He absolutely loves that song. My youngest daughter loves that song. My eldest daughter, she just kind of rolls her eyes. It's like, I feel like, even though like she's a divine feminine, he is so much in his feminine energy and she's more the divine masculine. He like serenades her and everything, and she just, it feels like she doesn't really know how to respond to it. She's getting there, but he does love to sing to her. Okay, Ascended Masters, create open communication. Do we think somebody answered the door? There's somebody at the door. Oh my goodness, taken to grot bags now. Well, Rod and Emu. Okay. Grot bags at the door. The throat chakra. Ascended Masters, create open communication. Card number 2. Create open communication with others and listen objectively. Throughout time, human beings have looked to spiritual teachers, gurus and philosophers for guidance and wisdom in their everyday lives. Regardless of religious background or affiliation, people gravitate towards those who have achieved levels of ascension on the physical plane. So there's this energy of you, well, you're gravitating towards a divine feminine. Philosophers, the philosopher's stone. Philosophers, ascended masters, spiritual gurus. I've just got this smile on my face, hold on. I'm feeling a really good energy. Philosophers, ascended masters, spiritual gurus and leaders enable those seeking wisdom or higher states of well-being and consciousness to connect to something bigger than themselves in this dimensional experience. While there are many ascended masters across the realm of ascension, they are still on differing levels of ascension. These inner planes assist those seeking wisdom, connecting to specific energy such as the light rays. And then in brackets it says, see the 7 rays, page 5 to 6. Well, let's do that now. This is do as you are told. I'll do what I'm told. I'll do what the divine tells me to do. 5 and 6, please. The 7 rays. Knowledge of the 7 rays can be found in early Vedic literature. White light is composed of light of different wavelengths or colours. An example of this is when light moves through a prism and refraction occurs. The masters of the 7 rays are also known as Kohans, or the Lord or Lady of that ray. They are the leaders that guide those seeking a higher vibration through the wisdom and resonance of the light rays. Each of the Kohans has walked upon the earth and shared in the human experience. They walk alongside you to support your life and ultimately cosmic and spiritual ascensions. How much more is there to this? Okay, we can do this. The Maha Kohan is the supreme head of the Kohans and embodies all rays within this light spectrum. It is this master who selects each Kohan for their suitability. Through time, as we know it continues, the Kohans will change accordingly to meet the needs of spiritual evolution and consciousness. Calling on the Kohans to assist you in their specific areas will bring you greater understanding. They will work alongside your guide team to support your growth and personal path. Be sure to ground yourself appropriately after each meditation and communication. Okay, the 7 Kohans. The first ray, blue, Master El Mora. Master El Mora. Power, will, faith, and protection. The second ray, yellow, Lord Lanto. Love, wisdom, and understanding. Lord Lanto. The third ray, pink, Paul the Venusian. Divine love and compassion. Venetian, maybe. I don't know how you pronounce that. Anyway, the third ray, pink, Paul the Venison. It's not venison. The Venetian. Divine love and compassion. The fourth ray is white, Serapis Bay. Harmony and purity. The fifth ray is green, Hilarion. Knowledge, wholeness, and abundance. The sixth ray, purple gold, Lady, Master, Nada, devotion and service. And the seventh ray, which is violet, Saint Germain, magic, forgiveness, mercy, and freedom. And I felt that energy was coming out yesterday a lot. Violet, magic, forgiveness, mercy, and freedom. Saint Germain, that's who I'm calling upon. It just feels right. Card number 2, let's get back to this. When working with these frequencies or energies, be sure to always invoke or request the aspects that exist within 100% pure light frequencies. Ascended Masters still exist with a dual polarity and still have specific purposes and functions relating to the earthly realm. Right now you are required to connect to higher wisdom previously shared with a collective purpose. Daily rituals and routine are essential to establish stability through decision-making processes. Open your mind and vision to signs and symbols from the Ascended Master realm. Many masters are associated with animals and symbols. Pay attention to art and imagery that you may feel emotionally or strongly connected to now, as they are being guided divinely, as you are being guided divinely. Be consciously aware that the masters are working behind the scenes in your life to achieve a greater outcome. Karmic planning and your unique energetic blueprint require certain learning experiences and events for you to grow and expand your soul and spirit into a new state of awareness. The shadow aspect, refusing to be open to new experiences or outcomes. The sacred crystal is the Hiddenite. Your angel assistance is Archangel Metatron, channeling and higher wisdom. And also Archangel Metatron, for me, is associated with the signs and the symbols. And your affirmation, I am a clear channel of divine knowledge. I share this wisdom with compassion and confidence. I like it. Okay. Whew. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. How long have we been on for? 49 minutes. I don't really know what cards to pull. Let's just finish with a Rumi message. That's what I feel is necessary. Otherwise I can just keep pulling cards and it might be a bit too much to digest all at once. This is another good reading though. Things are moving along nicely. Okay. They are. I want to say, just remember that you're never given anything that you can't handle. Okay. Oh, jeez. So I feel like, okay, we can take those, and then, but this is the card. But let's just have a look at maybe just what they're called. I surge on the uprising wave of love. Let love transform. The Lion and the Deer, number 22. Passion of the Wild Red Mother. I had a feeling this card was going to come out. She offers the sacred wine, so drink. Enter the garden of delights. Passion for purpose. Sacred soul sister. And then it's the courage of your love. Important, them cards, man. Beyond death, life. Card number 1. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. Rumi. I am calling to you. Can you hear me? Listen. Within your heart, there I speak. My voice rings true. You are urged beyond what has been. The time has come. Lay it to rest now. This ending comes as grace to free you from all that you have known. For what you have known is now too small for your soul. Bear your uncertainty with equanimity. I am certain enough for both of us. Allow me to show you the light that you are, that burns within you, blazing angel of heavenly purity. I will unveil you to yourself, undressing your ego, casting aside its layers, as tender as a lover, with unwavering attention upon the sacred body of light. You shall know yourself in truth, as pure beyond all experience, untainted and ever innocent, as a pure vessel, stripped bare, ready for the divine revelation, as light, as life, as love. The soul craves variety because it leads to wholeness, and wholeness leads to divine revelation. The purpose of the soul incarnating in this world in the first place is to realise its divinity through the sacred crucible of life. The older the soul, the closer it is to the realisation of divine oneness, and the more powerful its determination to shed that which would constrain complete and conscious immersion into the divine presence. So here you are, an old soul at the edge of something you have known, at the cusp of an ending and a beginning. Perhaps you are already in surrender and falling in, or perhaps you are fearful and resisting as you greet your unknown destiny. Yet this moment is happening because your own divine soul has chosen for it to be this way, so that love may grow. There is no punishment in this ending, nor is there anything to fear. There may be pain, there may be grief and loss, there may be uncertainty and even insecurity. Yet you have a heart big enough to bear such growing pains. Your heart is even big enough to receive the joy that is lying in wait for you as you stumble across her in the course of your clumsy, inspired travails into new life. You can scoop her up in your arms and spin her wildly about as she delights in your embrace, throwing her head back and laughing her vibrant, contagious laughter, filling you with exquisite ecstasy. So I can feel my heart beating like really fast. Okay. Yes, you should know the truth. The knowledge that the divine is with you, guiding every unfolding moment of your life journey. No matter how dark it may first appear, the divine is with you in unflinching generosity, with compassion and with fierce passion for your blossoming into all that you are, all that you can be. Okay, so what must you do to receive this divine grace, this new life? You must be willing to face death. It may be that death has come to you in the form of loss of a beloved one, a physical loss that takes you into the darkest despair or depths of your grieving heart. It may be death that comes to you in the ending of a financial or professional situation you once relied upon. It could also be in the sense that you don't really know who you are anymore. Old identities having shown themselves to be inadequate, inaccurate, mere ego masks, too small for the great being that you are starting to suspect you may be. Your death may be a choice to let go, to take a step in a new direction, to move house, to end a relationship, to change career, or to step away from a religious or philosophical tradition or a group or teacher. Your death may not feel as though it has come by choice at all. It may be a sickness that leaves you feeling helpless, a relationship or other life circumstance changing when you wish with all your heart that it would not. Your transition through this death may be triggered by an inner feeling that you cannot quite pin down. Nonetheless, it powerfully propels you away from what has been and towards untapped possibilities, perhaps even towards great confusion as you encounter life in a new way, feeling even somewhat unprepared and uncertain as to what may lie ahead of you now. Good morning, Cynthia, darling. We so needed this when waking up this morning. Off to work. Thank you, Lucy. Always. Love to all. Love to you too, Cynthia. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Give it a little whistle. I'll be off to work shortly. Well, I don't know, what's the time about? What is the time? Oh, I come on at 11:22. So it's like, it'll be about 12:22 soon. Like, very soon. Like, maybe now? In maybe 1 minute's time? Okay. In a couple of hours, I'll be going to work. So how you deal with this grace, hidden though it may at first appear to be under a cloak of crisis, is up to you. You have enough spiritual intelligence to shift perspective and to choose, if you wish, to rest your inner gaze upon what lies beyond the death. Gaze instead upon the new life that is calling you. When you know deep within that no matter what experiences you have had in your life, that you are untainted, you will be more easily able to trust in the love the divine has for you. You won't question your worthiness, and therefore you will trust in life more easily and more fully, no matter how much it asks of you at times. The divine is a relentless lover. It wants nothing less than your total being to be held in its embrace. Sometimes that means we will have to give up lesser loves for the greater lover, the divine one that calls us to remember our true nature. You are a beautiful blazing soul, having a human experience that defies explanation and opens you up to divinity. That is what is happening in your life now, whether the death is obvious and painful to you, or whether you are uncertain as to how it is as yet showing up in your life. Either way, there is an ending imminent, a new life coming to you, with greater opportunity for your radiant soul to shine its beauty in the world. Grasp it eagerly, beloved. Now is not the time for fear or hesitation. Focus on what is becoming whilst honouring what is no longer to be. And it's page number 22. Where the sacred honouring ritual is on page 23. So place your hands at your heart and say the following aloud. I can do that. Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I call upon your loving grace. Please help me release what I no longer need, for what is too small for my great light. Help me recognise the purity of my own being, so that I can more easily trust in the divine love calling to me like an insistent lover in every moment. I breathe in your compassionate grace now. Thank you, my beloved. Keeping your hands resting on your heart at the centre of your chest, simply breathe in and out, gently and easily. Focus on the feeling of your hands on your chest and do this for as long as feels good for you. When you have finished, open your eyes. You have finished your honouring ritual. Very nice. One more message? We can have one more message. Should we see what the Mother Mary would like to say? It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshining day. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Right, okay. But that's good, isn't it? There's the card. Our Lady with the Moon at her feet. Card number 36. Do you know what Our Lady 22 is? Our Lady who prevents interference. Our Lady with the Moon at her feet. It's this full moon energy. I feel a lot's going on between the full moon and the new moon. So, over the next fortnight. I have heard your heart prayers. I have heard you calling to me silently in suffering, wanting to let go and grow, and finding that despite all your effort, still you must endure. It is as if you are sinking when you want to rise, falling when you want to fly. I come to you now with the moon at my feet and ask you to put your trust in me. I will help you outgrow that which no longer serves, so that what you struggle to attain now, through effort, in time will come naturally to you. Have faith. What you want is possible, and I will help you get there. The power of habitual consciousness is mighty indeed, even if we know we want to change, and even if we have taken practical steps to change. The challenge of sustaining ourselves in a new way without falling back into old emotional or psychological patterns can be extremely difficult. This is especially so if what you are seeking to change has been part of your core wounding this lifetime, becoming a habit that seems impossible to break, no matter how much you may want to do so. There is a force of gravity that works upon us in this world, not only physically, but emotionally and psychologically as well. It is why, despite tremendous desire and effort, change can be difficult most times, and sometimes even seem impossible at other times. To be able to grow in life requires that we be able to intelligently respond to the challenges that are a natural part of being human. Sometimes those challenges will be self-created and we will want to let them go. These might include coping mechanisms that aren't really helpful for us, such as addictions or shutting people out and withdrawing into a solitude of suffering, or disassociating through compulsive behaviours that undermine our self-esteem and emotional or even financial well-being. Sometimes the challenges will be circumstances imposed upon us by time or by others, and we cannot control that situation and need to find a way not only to bear it, but perhaps even, and in brackets it says, if we are feeling bold, to transform it from something negative or frustrating into an opportunity to do things differently and feel more freedom. What is needed for transformation, for healthy growth, is strength, patience, and an ability to respond intelligently to life's challenges, with a view of making them work for your own personal growth. However, sometimes all of this is just not enough. Sometimes we move this way and that, we wait, we apply ourselves, we take practical steps, and still, despite our best intentions, we may feel ourselves sliding backwards into old habits, old patterns of thinking or being, old emotional patterns. We might not even see them as patterns. We might instead just think that is the way life is, and there is nothing we can do about it. But this is not true at all. In such instances, what is needed is the loving intervention and assistance of a being that is more powerful than the gravity that we are unable to counter through our efforts alone. There is no shame in this. In fact, there is wisdom in recognising when help is needed and in accepting it. Like a growing plant that needs a trellis until it has stabilised itself, so too do we humans need divine support at times along our path as we are mastering new levels of consciousness, new habits, and new ways of being. If it was easy, everyone would be living exactly as they wanted to be living without any struggle, and clearly this is not happening in the world as often as we may wish. The Divine Mother will help us move through our struggles if only we allow her to do so. Her being, her love, is more powerful than our greatest forces of habitual consciousness and behaviour. The miracles of her healing can transform even the most stubborn pessimist into an active optimist. Our Lady with the Moon at her feet comes to us when we are attempting to outgrow, through inspiration, hope, love, bold spiritual daring, or big dreams, that which seems to be holding us back or impossible to change. She tells us that through her intervention, we can find the support that we need as we face the challenges of growth, and she will lend us her power to be able to reach for that star which without her would perhaps be somewhat beyond our reach, for now at least. She also tells us that if we are feeling boxed in or diverted from our higher purpose in life, she will help us. She asks us to pray to her and to know that what is now is not what must always be. Transformation and healing is possible, but you must trust her. You must place more faith in her than in what appears to be an insolvable or reoccurring difficulty. This oracle is a wild card in the deck, in that it empowers and strengthens any other message that you receive. If you receive this card on its own, it is enough, but if you choose another card as well, this card asks you to pay extra special attention to the guidance on the other card you choose. The following healing process will help you connect with Our Lady and receive her beneficial help. Okay. The healing process and affirmation. Sense or perceive that it is darkest night all around you. Quiet, open space extends around you in all directions. You become aware of a magnificent holy woman lit up like a star in the night sky. She stands with bare feet upon a crescent moon. You notice the moon under her feet. Perhaps you cannot help but look at it. It has a strange glow and is fascinating, mysterious. You then become aware of the feet of the holy woman. As you gaze at her feet, the dark night and the moon fade away, and you are aware of her feet glowing radiantly. A white sun burns in each foot. The light and warmth of those suns shines on you. Imagine you can feel, or intend to receive, the light and warmth of those suns on your face, your body, all the way into your heart. When you are ready, complete your process with the following healing affirmation, said aloud if possible, with feeling from the heart. Holy Mother Mary, Our Lady with the moon at her feet, protect me with your heavenly grace. Where I would stumble, your love uplifts me. Where I would fail to see, your love opens the eye in my heart and gives me vision. Where I might fail, you ensure success. Together I and all beings succeed in healing growth. I open and surrender into your tender blessing and merciful grace, that I will fulfill my divine destiny. I was going to say 822-ish. Haha. Is that the time? 822-ish. Okay, we're going to leave it there, guys. I will catch up with you soon, so have yourself a pleasant day. Okay, until then, take care. Much love.